Hey bitch, and welcome back to another video of me talking about people I hate. Tanya, come on. Are you kidding me? After I made my initial video about Tanya, which if you haven't seen it, go check it out. I'll link it at the end of this video. I pretty much decided to not speak about her anymore because she clearly just wants attention on social media, which don't get me wrong, everyone on the internet is trying to garner attention. They're trying to make money. If that's your bread and butter, as long as it doesn't hurt other people, hurt other people's animals, etc., that's fine with me. However, when you start exploiting your animal, encouraging really bad behaviors, and then it goes even farther, which I didn't even think was possible, that you become an influencer that is actively participating in neglect-based animal abuse, then I have a problem. Tanya went from annoyance to enemy number one, and the fact that anybody is defending her. You are a bad person if you defend Tanya at this point. You are a bad person. And you know what? Everybody should call these people out for being bad people, for condoning this, because not only is this neglect-based abuse of an animal, but it's also exploitation. Not even just exploitation for views and money on the internet, she's also exploiting this horse breeding-wise. Because as we all know, Tanya is irresponsibly breeding Socks. He's not a licensed approved stallion anymore, and he's also a crossbred. If you are interested in extra content from me, you can become a channel member here on YouTube or check out my Patreon account. The link is in the description down below. Moreover, I recently adopted a new horse, so if you want to watch any of those videos, training videos with him, he's very green, he's an ex-stallion. I'm going to be training him really from the ground up. Those are all going to be over on my Patreon or YouTube members. The link for that is down below. If you're unfamiliar with Tanya, her social media account is Sausage, Socks, and Steve. Socks has been irresponsibly bred his whole life. He's a crossbreed. He is not a purebred horse. And Tanya is just breeding him for her own financial gain. He has poor conformation. He's not an ideal breeding stallion, any sense of the word, even if he was purebred. And bottom line, she's a backyard breeder. She hasn't even denied the fact that she's a backyard breeder, so she's literally just promoting not only the irresponsible ownership of a stallion, but the irresponsible breeding of a stallion. Genetics are important, and breeding is about improving the breed, not just, I want to breed my horse because he's special. Is he special to you, Tanya? He's not special to anybody else, so don't breed him. Oh my god. Tanya is most famous for exploiting Socks's quirky behavior. This is not quirky behavior. Let me be clear. This is not quirky behavior.
Are you still buzzing? Yeah. Still buzzing. Scare my boy! Whoa, it did! It scared him! Yes, Socky. You didn't like that plane. You're a menace.
My opinion is that Tanya is likely the only person that's going to be seriously hurt by Socks, and I don't care. I actually don't care. If he hurts you, that's on you. She's the one most likely to be hurt by him because she's the one that's usually around him when he does all this reckless, stupid stuff because she's trying to capture it for social media clicks and views. There is an argument to be made that this horse is highly likely to injure other horses, especially other mares, when Tanya takes him to horse shows. The moment anyone sees Tanya showing up to their horse show, they're out the door. We first have to address Socks's behavior. The rearing, the striking, the so-called spicy stallion moments. This is not personality. This is 100% stress. Everyone who's been calling her out for having a stressed horse is absolutely correct. Socks is most likely isolated, restricted, and frustrated. The most important thing here is he doesn't ever have much of a herd life. You almost never see this horse out with other horses, probably because he's a stallion and he's very poorly mannered. He's not socialized at all. Stallions that are kept in isolation almost always end up with severe problems and stress-related issues. Socks basically has no outlet for his natural instincts of being a stallion, being a horse. He has no outlet for that. And instead of Tanya fixing the cause of this problem, she's just filming it. This is the reason why Socks's reactions to other horses are so extreme. Normal stallions that are properly socialized and allowed to be around other horses, they don't have this type of a response when he walks them around other horses because they're properly socialized. This behavior that you see from Socks is not a socialized horse. This horse is crying out for a herd life. It's like I said in my first video, Tanya genuinely believes that this behavior is okay because she's stupid. Not to mention that Tanya has posted several videos where she's intentionally agitating Socks. She's intentionally exposing him to mares without giving him the ability to breed. And as a stallion, this causes chronic arousal and agitation, again leading to this chronic state of stress that he's in. He's dangled with this idea of maybe living a little bit like a horse, but he's all by himself. And then she toys with him by running him up and down around other mares, and he can't interact with them at all. It's this insane level of sexual frustration that comes out. It's not funny at all. And I really hope that all the people that comment things like, I've had horses for 50 years and I think she does a great job of just letting this horse be who he is and loving his personality, you're an idiot. You're an idiot and you don't know anything about horses. It's a problem and it's not normal, and you're an idiot if you think it's normal. So you're an idiot because you think it's normal, is what I'm getting at. Now, I know you're sitting there saying, but Raleigh, this is all just behavioral and this horse is only likely to hurt Tanya because she's an idiot. Why do you care? Well, why do I care? I mean, honestly, I didn't care until I saw this video and I said to myself, this is actually unbelievable. So unbelievable that I left a comment when I first saw it, but I knew I had to address this and I had to make a video about this.
As you can see, his teeth are quite worn down. I've already done a post about quid biting. Socks! Stop biting. Now, I've already done a post on quid biting. I allow my horse to quid bite because, as you can see, his teeth are worn down and they are quite ridiculous, but he has all the supplements you can ever ask for. He has all the hay, everything he can still eat. If I try and stop him doing it, like by putting metal everywhere, rubber everywhere, he just chews it up and he hates it. He needs to quid bite. It's just a release for him. I need to bite my nails. I don't need to, but it just calms him down, so that's why I allow him to quid bite. Lots of people get concerned about it, but I've had worse experience trying to stop horses quid biting than just to let them do it and then supplement them. He's a neurotic horse, and this is what his teeth look like because of it. Stop it! Stop! I want to show them your teeth. Thank you. Oh no, Socky. Yes, that's right.
Yeah. Before I even go farther, this is abuse. This is so much worse than any other YouTuber that I've ever reacted to, actually. And you might be thinking, who cares? It's just teeth. No, I'm not even gonna let people comment stuff like that. This is neglect-based abuse. It is not okay with me for someone to be openly neglecting and abusing their horse on social media for attention, and that they can just get away with that and nobody thinks that this is a big deal. The fact that she posted this and actually thinks that this is normal is insane. This is 100% abuse, and it is fully preventable. This does not happen overnight, you guys. This is something that literally takes years. And the fact that this problem has not been addressed with her horse yet kind of leads me to believe that she probably hasn't had a vet out for a very long time to deal with this horse's teeth, because any veterinarian would have gotten on this immediately. Cribbing is a 100% preventable self-destructive behavior that, if left unchecked, causes severe life-altering harm to your horse. The repeated grinding and pressure rapidly wears away at your horse's incisors, and sometimes all the way to the gums, like in Sox's case. This creates little nubs that are no longer functional as teeth. These teeth are no longer functional as normal teeth. That's why Tanya is able to stick her whole freaking hand in there when he's actually biting her and it doesn't hurt. I love how Tanya blames him.
He needs to crib bite. It's just a release for him. I need to bite my nails.
No, you don't. And it's also not his fault that he's doing it. Most stallions that crib this severely do it because they're sexually frustrated and they're stressed out and they're kept in isolation. Cribbing is incredibly common among stallions in those situations, living situations. I would be willing to bet that by this point, he's probably lost his grazing ability, but if he hasn't, he probably will very soon. Once your horse doesn't have functional incisors and they've been worn down to nubs, like what you can see here in Sox's case, food cannot be chewed properly. This leads to poor digestion, weight loss, colic risk, etc. Not to mention that the worn down, exposed teeth often leads to infections, nerve pain. In my opinion, that's why he looks the way that he does. I think I mentioned that in my last video, that he kind of looks like crap. I would be willing to bet he looks like this. He's very under-muscled and looks to be borderline underweight. I would be willing to bet that he looks this way because Tanya is struggling to keep his weight on because he probably has difficulty eating. We don't know what his other teeth look like. Cribbing is so preventable. In the short term, when you're trying to break the habit, you could easily use something like a muzzle or a cribbing collar. But in the long term, because you don't just want to treat the symptom, you want to actually treat the problem, the cause of the problem. In the long term, this horse needs to be actually out with other horses and getting to live a normal life as a normal horse, aka geld him. How are you even comfortable with riding a horse that has teeth like that? Unbelievable. I can't even. The fact that this influencer is okay with riding a horse when her horse's teeth look like this is disgusting. And this, again, so preventable. This is gross failure to provide care. If you ever see an influencer or anybody that neglects their horse's teeth this bad, I want to be very clear. Not only are they a bad person, they don't care about that horse at all, period. End of story. When an owner knowingly allows their animal to self-harm to the point of losing its basic life functions, aka eating normally in Sox's case, this meets the definition of abuse in animal welfare laws. Abuse doesn't always have to be physical. It doesn't always have to be somebody punching an animal. This is neglect-based abuse, and Tanya should absolutely be reported. People should not be following her. They should not be supporting her. This woman is knowingly neglecting her horse, and he's withering away. I mean, this horse is actually screaming for help, and nobody cares. So I hope people actually start to care. And you know what, Tanya? I wish you the worst.